And yes, FRC fam, welcome to our special Marian episode entitled Heartaches One-on-One with Father Herbie Santos. Hi FRC fam, again it's Chai and I welcome you to this month's special Marian episode of Church Alive. Syempre, dahil FRC fam tayo, we wanna give a shout out to our birthday girl, Mama Mary. Syempre, birthday niya September 8, diba? Oh, ayan ha, take note. So, of course, September na, and ano pa ba ang nangyayari pag September? Ber month. And of course, sa ating mga Pinoy, yan ang start ng Christmas season. Christmas season, lumalabas si Tito Jose Marichan, shout out to you too. And of course, yung mga decorations natin, Christmas songs sa mall, sa mga stores, everywhere. And of course, ano bang nangyayari pag Pasko, diba? Lahat tayo nag-gather, mga favorite nating Pinoy yung kainan, diba? Pero syempre, there are also other people na, you know, who are apart, right? Like, me right now. Timing naman na wala yung partner ko. Rap, where are you? But nonetheless, sobrang thankful ako kasi hindi pa rin ako mag-isa in this episode. And I'm pretty sure sobrang excited na kayo to meet our guest. So he is our newest parish priest of Our Lady of Pentecost Parish, which by the way is also the home parish of our FRC HQ here in Varsity Hills. So I will not prolong it anymore. Let us all welcome Father Herbie Santos. Father!
Hi to our viewers. Kamusta na po kayo? Happy to be here in this program.
Yes, Father, thank you. I know you're a very busy man and pinaunlakan niyo kami in our invitation to you
Siyempre
here.
naman. Oh.
Alam naman natin, Father, that is also September.
Yes.
Aside from the holiday blues, it's also the Marian month. We'll touch on that with our FRC family later on. But I think, Father, ngayon gusto ko muna to get to know you a little bit more. So I heard that you just turned 50.
Yeah.
Hindi naman halata, Father.
Golden years?
Yes, age is just a number.
Yeah.
But Father, I also heard na 8 years pa lang kayong priest.
Yes.
Which is very intriguing, in my own opinion. I wanna get to know, like, ano yung years nyo before kayo pumasok sa seminary?
I'm what you call a late vocation. No? Kasi when people enter the seminary, it's not always the same. No? May kanya-kanyang vocation story yan. Some people enter when they're in minor seminary, kumbaga high school, and then some enter college level, some enter as professional. So ako yung tipong pumasok after more than 10 years of working na. No? That's why yung mga pari na ka-age ko, more or less, they've been in the ministry for 25 years, 30 years yung iba. No? So, ako, 8 years pa lang. Because, kaya nga nagtrabaho ako. No? So, basically, hindi naman nasa consciousness ko yung pagpapare. Because when I was growing up, when I was working, I really thought that I would have my own family. Hindi ako magpapare.
Yes.
But then, God had other plans for me. Kaya, here I am now as a priest.
Pero Father, balikan natin kasi you said that 10 years kayong nag-work before you entered into the seminary. Isn't that like a very good amount of years na you know you're onto something?
Kasi when you're working, iba yung focus mo kasi. Your focus is on building a career and then mag-iipon ka para sa pamilya mo and then you're looking for a partner, a life partner that you can spend the rest of your life with. So, ganun yung focus, no? But I think unti-unti nag-creep in siya. Nag-creep in siya because of my activity in the parish. So, as a layperson naman, you know, you can still be active in church, no? Kahit na hindi ka pare,
Yes.
di ba? So, maraming ganun, maraming nagsaserve. So, that's how it started. It started with me just being Sunday Mass goer. My family goes to Mass every Sunday, so I go with them. Parang that's it. That was the extent of my involvement in the church. Until such time na, you know, my dad asked me, sabi niya, what are you doing for God? What are you doing for the church? Background kasi, at that time, alam mo naman, when you're working, yung mga activities mo after work are, you know, recreational activities, lumalabas with friends, ganun, gumigimik, di ba? So, talagang na-notice ng dad ko, parang doon napupunta lahat ng oras ko, pero wala sa simbahan. It struck me, parang, oo nga, na parang, what am I doing for God? So, sabi ko, what talent can I put at the service of God? So, sabi ko, maybe I can read. So, that's how it started. And then, after a while, my friends who were active in this Salt and Light for Christ community, they invited me to attend Singles Encounter.
Ooh, okay.
So, ako naman parang, wala akong panahon dyan, Singles Encounter. Ano ba yung mga ginagawa dyan? Papakute lang yan eh. Hindi naman talaga ano yan. Parang ganon.
Hindi naman nag-church yan eh.
Wala yan. Parang ganon. Pero actually, na-convince nila ako na mag-join. So, I joined the Singles Encounter weekend. And then, I met a lot of people there. Sabi ko, masaya pala mag-Singles Encounter. So, after that, I became a little active doon as tribe leader. Tapos, nagkakaroon kami ng circles sa Makati. Mga professionals din, ganun. And then, nagkaroon ng opportunity sa sarili kong parish, sa home parish ko of Christ the King. They started what you call the PREX Youth, Parish Renewal Experience for the Youth. So, usually yung PREX kasi families yan eh.
Okay.
Tapos, ang pang sabi nila, I think we should have one na specifically just for the youth. And then, I became the president of PREX Youth.
Wow.
Tapos, I was juggling between, yung singles sa Makati, where I was working, and also in my home parish sa PREX. Sabi ko, hindi ko na ma-juggle. I have to pick one. So sabi ko, I have to be active in my own parish. And then my parish priest, who was the bishop at that time, sabi niya, I want to make it one youth ministry. And he was looking for a coordinator. So kinausap ako, sabi niya, why don't you be the one to be the youth head? Bishop, sabi ko, hindi ako pwede dyan. Ang dami kong trabaho, ganun. Sabi niya, sandali lang naman yan, 3 years lang naman. Sandali lang yan. Basta baka makahanap kami ng iba.
Papalitan na.
Sabi mo yan, Misha.
Pero Father, this was how many years in when you were working?
This was, I was working already, mga 8 years din eh.
When you became the president?
Okay. Kasi 2004 yun. So yun. So, pumayag na rin ako. Sabi ko, sige. Pero yun nga, nangyari, hindi na ako napalitan.
So you stayed there and then resigned from your job?
I stayed there for 3 years. So ganun siya. On the church end, nagkakaroon ng ganung development. Unti-unti, I was enjoying being active in the parish. Kasi sa PREX Youth, I mean, I gained many friends. As in, talagang close friends. Now, we would attend each other's milestones. Ganun, hanggang ngayon nga, naging ninang na ako.
Friends lang, Father?
And may ibang
special friends, gano'n.
Well, I brought my girlfriend to PREX din. Nag-attend siya ng PREX.
Hitting 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. Diba? So yun. So on that end, medyo lumalalim yung involvement ko sa parish. But we had an assistant parish priest then, si Father Dennis. Tapos there was a time wala akong girlfriend. So nagtatanong siya, sabi niya, baka magpapari ka. Sabi niya gano'n. Sabi ko, hindi. Papakasal ako. Sabi ko gano'n. Siya daw akong mahilig sa girls. Sabi ko gano'n.
Uy, Father ha? Naku, mahilig sa girls.
Sabi ko. Pero anyway, sabi niya, baka gusto mo lang namang tumingin. Pwede namang tumingin lang naman. Magpari ka. Hindi, sabi ko, hindi pala. Hindi talaga. But something was influencing me to stay in church. Kasi parang sabi ko, bakit hanggang 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock ng gabi, nandun pa rin ako sa simbahan? why is my time always in church? And I don't mind. And I don't mind. So sabi ko, there was a time na we broke up. I didn't have a relationship. Tapos, syempre, at that time, my dad offered me to go on a retreat. Diba? Syempre, nag-break up, diba siya? Minsan.
Find yourself.
You want to find yourself. You want to recalibrate. To ask yourself what next. Ganon. So, sabi ko, sige, I'll go on a retreat. Kasi yung dad ko nag-book siya ng retreat, pero sabi niya, "I think you need it more than I do. Why don't you go?"
Sa'yo na lang.
Oo, ako nang bahala, sponsored ko 'yan. So sabi ko, "Sige." I mean, that's retreat in Tagaytay, 'di ba? Opus Dei retreat pa 'yun, 'di ba? Ta's libre lahat, 'di ba? Sponsored by my dad. So I went. And then as I was praying alone, that was nighttime na. Yan, that's when I heard a voice tell me, "Why not the priesthood?" So it was very gentle, male voice. Pero ngayon, para I had to look back and see kung may may
Medyo
kasama
scary
ako.
din eh.
Pero hindi naman ako natakot eh. Pero it was
Okay.
very real. But for the first time in my life, I didn't resist it. Why not? Yeah, why not? Parang, medyo na-excite pa ako. Yeah, so it started that way. Nung sinundo na ako ng family ko, pababa na ako. In the car, in Tagaytay going down, I kind of like broke the news to them na
Ayun
I
na.
think I'm being called to be a priest. As in, parang shock.
Ba't ba kasi natin pinag-retreat?
Shock. So, nag-detour pa kami. Pumunta pa kami sa restaurant, coffee shop. Kasi nandun pa yung mga tita ko eh. I mean, we were a big group in that. Tapos talaga nag-usap. Excited din sila. Kasi syempre, akala nila, ang generation ko, wala nang pare eh. Di ba?
No.
Yun pala, may pahabol pa pala. Yan. So, ganun siya. So my dad said, okay, why don't you discern, di ba? Yung ninong ko is a priest. Sinabi ko sa ninong ko lahat ng kalokohan ko.
Parang naging confession pala.
Pero actually, may objective ako doon eh. Gusto kong sabihin talaga ng ninong ko, di ka talaga pwede magpare. After siguro more than an hour, sabi niya sa akin, I think you're really being called.
Oh
You have a vocation.
my.
Sabi ko, what? Are you sure? Sabi niya, yeah, I think so. Listening to you, ganun. Oh no, sabi ko, oh no. So I applied to 2 seminaries, San Jose Seminary and Holy Apostles. The Holy Apostles Seminary is sa San Carlos complex, but it's for those who are late vocations, yung mga nag-professionals na. But I picked to go, I went with San Jose because, for one thing, my parish priest then was a late vocation also. He was from San Jose. So my ninong was from San Jose. My dad was an ex-seminarian from San Jose.
Ex-seminarian. Oh.
So sabi ko, and I was formed by the Jesuits. And then, shocker of shockers, I got accepted.
Here you are with us today.
And I say, actually, when I got accepted, sa atin lang, no? Sabi ko, 1 week.
Alis na ako.
I can always leave after 1 week if I don't like it. It's not for me. But I never left.
Balik tayo on bago kayo naging priest.
Mhm.
And I think I also want to touch on your family, how they reacted. I mean, it sounded like it was a smooth conversation na you consulted with another priest in your family. But, I mean, of course, they were expecting for you to get married, may mga apo sila
Yeah.
sa'yo. Was there also that heartbreak from your family during that
Oh,
time?
definitely. Actually, we're kasi 3 siblings. So I have an older brother, and it was actually my older brother who we expected to become a priest. So
Okay.
pinagdadasal namin lahat na magpari siya.
Please, ikaw na.
Because at that time, I had a long-term relationship. So I had a girlfriend.
Long term, how long, Father?
5 years.
Ay, long term.
So and that was, at that time, my brother didn't have any girlfriend. So akala talaga namin siya. Tapos everybody expected me to get married. Ganon. So when you're talking about reactions, no? So in my family, there were 2 reactions.
Okay.
No? On the one side, there were people saying na parang, why? Diba? Why would you throw away your career? You're doing well. Everything is working for you. Parang, why? There's a side na ganon. Sayang. That's always what they say.
Sayang.
Sayang. But there's the other side naman na parang, praise the Lord. Thank God you have another priest in the family. Kasi sa totoo lang, those side of my family talaga that was very happy, diba? It's a blessing to have a priest in the family. Alam mo, now I've been 8 years a priest. Even those that were against before. They keep on calling me, asking me for prayers, asking me to bless them, yung ganon. So ngayon wala nang resistance. They're all very happy that I became a priest.
Paano naman yung other girls in your life, Father? Balita ko, lapitin ka daw ng girls.
No, I mean, I'm blessed kasi...
Daming heartbroken nun.
Well, even if I don't become a priest, diba, heartbreak is really part of being in a relationship, diba? So, in a relationship, it's like a feeling out period, diba? I mean, syempre, you think about marriage, you're going towards that, but then, hindi naman automatic na ito na kaagad yung papakasalan ko, diba? So, the reason why you enter into a relationship is because you try to see if you have the same values, the same viewpoints, if you're good together, and you can raise a family together. So, part of that is the possibility that it won't work out.
Oh,
diba?
No!
But somebody, if it won't work out, yeah, there's masakit, diba? Any heartbreak is kasi you have to part ways. But it's part of life, diba? It's part of life. Meron talagang masasaktan. Sometimes may masasaktan dahil sa akin, and many times ako nasaktan.
Many times.
Yeah, many times ako. I mean, it's
Father.
Ganun talaga, diba? I found the right person, which is Jesus. Diba? So, ganun eh.
Father,
so, ganun lang. And I'm very lucky because the women who I had relationships with, they're very happy now. They have their own families. They're settled down. We're good friends. So, parang it's a blessing.
Ayan na nga, FRC fam. We're getting to know Father so much more. And I'm gonna say it's so surprising. Ang daming juicy kwento. Sana nag-enjoy din kayo. But balik tayo na, of course, it's September. And alam naman natin sa ating mga Pinoy that malapit na yung Pasko for us kahit September 1 pa lang or any September whatever date, right? Kasi lalabas sa Jose Marie Chan. But we want to ask Father na, of course, during Christmas, holidays, diba? We always have that sense of longingness that parang we just seek warmth, like extra warmth in our hearts and like being together with our loved ones. So, I mean, you did mention to our FRC fam, witness sila, di mo na daw sila mamimiss yung iyong mga other loves before.
No, hindi naman sa hindi ko sila mamimiss. But I mean, syempre naman, we had good memories, di ba? So sometimes you look back, parang you kind of like remember, except that I'm happy for them. So that's two separate issues, di ba? I mean, you can be sometimes namimiss mo, but you can be happy.
How about on the flip side? May mamimiss ka pa ba? Like,
yeah, definitely. Kasi parang the other side to is, di ba, parang some people say, oh, buti ka pa, Father, kasi may naranasan mo na yung buhay sa labas ng seminaryo, sa pagpapare. So, but the flip side to it is because you sometimes miss the life in, not everything, but in some aspects of the life before, outside of the seminary. So, meron ding minsan ganun, you look back, minsan parang you miss it, nalulungkot ka, ganun. Pero, you realize na this is your life now, this is your mission, so you have a work to do, you have a mission to do, so you continue. So, ganun lang. It's part of it. I mean, kami mga pare, nalulungkot din kami. Let's say, for example, sabi nga, Christmas, di ba? Dito sa Pilipinas, what is Christmas? Tayo lang yung bansa na bare months pa lang, nagke-Christmas na, di ba? Sa ibang bansa, pumunta ka doon, a few days lang of December is Christmas. Pero sa atin, ang haba. And it's mostly focused on families, di ba?
Yes.
Loved ones. I mean, why does it start September? Kasi syempre, magsha-shopping ka na yan, di ba? You have to think about your gifts. So, you have to think about your list. Christmas list na haba-haba. No? Pati rin kami, nagbibigay rin kami ng gifts. Pero, iba kami kasi, well, for example, in my case, I'm a parish priest. I live in the parish alone.
That must be...
Yeah. So, sometimes, di ba? So, Christmas, may Christmas midnight mass, di ba? Simbang gabi.
Very busy.
We're surrounded by people. We have many surrogate families who give us gifts. But in the end, after everything, everyone goes home and you're just left alone. So, may ganong klaseng lungkot. But then again, you realize na God is with you. You're doing it for God. So, okay, move on pa rin. But we do have a chance to go home to celebrate with our own families. No? It's just a question of scheduling it.
Yeah.
Kung usually yung tradition ninyo, ganitong tapos hindi ka pwede kasi meron kang misa, you say, maybe we can have a lunch the following day or something. So, ganun pa rin. But my point is, hindi nawawala yung lungkot.
Yes.
It's part of it. And even, this is what I get from couples that I talk to. No? Sometimes they say, kahit na mag-asawa kayo, kahit na yung asawa mo katabi mo, gabi-gabi, you can also be
feeling
lonely.
alone. Yeah.
You can also feel very lonely. I guess it's a question of also how you look at things. Loneliness is part of life.
Yes,
sorrow is part of life.
That's diba? Life.
Kasi, paano ka naman makakaranas ng kasiyahan kung hindi mo naranasan yung kalungkutan?
Balance lang, Father, no?
Di ba yung sa Inside Out 2? Or actually, yung Inside Out 1,
nandun na rin siya eh.
Yung, if you watch the movie, the animation, if you watch the animation, parang sinasabi niya na yung loneliness is part of it.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
It can't always be happy. And so, ganun din siya.
I wanna touch on the topic of your mom. I know that she just also passed. So, I think I kind of wanna understand the processing of that for you. On the topic, of course, ng Christmas, like, it's never complete without,
Yeah. That kasi my mom passed away October. And then, I just talagang hindi ko makalimutan yung very first Christmas that she was not with us. And it was very, very different. There is like a gap or a hole that cannot be filled. It's just there. Parang you just have to live with it, cope with it. But it will never be the same. I guess now when I celebrate funerals or wakes because of the loss of my mom, I can understand what they're going through, di ba? If there is pain nga, pag nakakaramdam tayo ng sakit, dahil, namimiss natin yung mahal natin sa buhay, it is because of love. The greater the pain, the greater the love.
Yeah.
And so be thankful for it, that you have someone whom you love very deeply.
Yes, Father. I think what reminds me of this, I wanted to also ask you, like, how did you deal with that sorrow, that heartbreak, in a sense na it also kind of reminds me of Our Lady of Sorrows, right? It's Marian month, so it's kind of a very it alludes to Marian image, and I feel like during your when you were telling me the story of sorrow and grief and loss, parang siya yung naaalala natin. Yeah. And was there a time that you did, pray to her? Is there a specific Marian image that you also
actually, Mary in general, she plays a big part in, coping with struggles, challenges, suffering, Kasi Mary, during her life, was really a suffering mother, And I think that's the message also of the Seven Sorrows of Mary. She went through all of these sorrowful events, the prediction of Simeon, and then, syempre, parang she ran for her life and the life of Jesus all the way to another country. Migrant siya, di ba? And then, nawala si Jesus ng 3 days, di ba? Imagine if you are a parent and then you lose a child, the panic. When I remember, di ba, one of the sorrows is meeting Jesus in the cross, carrying the cross. So, that mothers, whenever they see their children suffering, whether they're sick or something like that, parang their heart goes out to their children. And then she saw Jesus die on the cross. So how many mothers see their child die in front of them? And then, of course, yung cradling Jesus in her arms, the dead Jesus, naranasan ko yan because my loved ones were cremated and I witnessed the cremation. Ako yung taga-bantay.
You witnessed it like,
I
my gosh.
It. And it's grabe. It's like, mambigat. So, ganun siguro si Mary, And then, of course, when Jesus was laid in the tomb, we see it in funerals, in burials, yung sorrow. So all of these things pinagdaanan ni Mary, Our Lady of Sorrows, as if to say that I've experienced what you experience. And she's there to accompany us, to help us through these difficult situations. And that is why I think it's very relevant for us Filipinos. Alam mo naman tayo, we're suffering people also, no? Kaya yung Mater Dolorosa, yung Seven Sorrows of Mary, I think many Filipinos would find that very relevant to them and then would have a devotion to Our Lady. But very, very powerful is the intercession of Our Lady. If you have a devotion to the Seven Sorrows of Mary, it says that it's a good protection against attacks of the devil. And also, if you pray the Rosary, it also helps you get through those times na talagang very difficult. No? So, malaking tulong talaga si Mary. Like I said, di ba kanina I said that we all go through many events of sorrows and loneliness. It's part of our life, di ba? And it's good that we have a recourse to our Mother Mary, di ba?
Yeah, I feel like it's very comforting, Father, to know, no, na parang there's also that other mother that we can always go to. Kasi iba rin yung comfort ng, I feel like iba rin kasi yung comfort na nabibigay ng mother, no? Like the warmth that you look for and all of that. So, Father, may kwento ako sa'yo. Super quick. Our Lady of Sorrows. Actually, meron akong nakuhang, when I was in Europe, parang I got a random prayer card when I was in a chapel. We were like getting cards. Sabi, papasalubong namin sa mga lolas, ganyan. And then I had a breakup. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, I'm so miserable, ganyan. Wow, miserable. Pero like, I had that card. The sakto Lady of Sorrows. So I pray that every day. Like, when I wake up, kasi doon mo na-realize, oh my gosh, wala na, I'm alone, ganyan. So, I prayed that. Like, I was just like, okay, this is the first time I'm praying this, pero I'll add this to my prayer. And then, like, I remember it na parang one day I woke up, I was already like, okay, I'm done. Like, it was just what? Parang, iba rin.
Nakatulong.
Nakatulong siya.
Yes.
Like, you wouldn't think of it na parang, oh, what will I do now? I'm so miserable. Diba? When friends come to you for heartaches and you're like, pray. Like, that's not something you just say. It's more of like, you have to believe it to like actually do it.
Yeah.
So, but I just resonated so much with that na parang, you're saying na with all of the things that, you know, that she went through, parang you kind of are able to understand it in your own way and then have that trust in her that, you know, she's gonna help you through it.
And she understands us.
Yeah.
No? We not only understand her, but she understands us. And that's the human side of Mary, di ba? I mean, Mary is a human person. She's a saint, no? Pero we have someone who intercedes for us, who understands what we went through.
Yes.
So that's why if you notice yung devotion to Mary, di ba? Mary always appears in apparitions all over the world, di ba? Whether you're Japan or in France or Italy or even the Philippines, she appears. Whenever she appears, it's because her heart goes out to her children who are suffering. So it's always a mother trying to help. You know? And that I think it's because of what she has gone through. Na alam niya na. Of course, Jesus entrusted us to Mary on the cross, di ba? So ganun yun. So we always have to remember we're not alone. Whatever it is that we're going through, we think that the world is coming to an end and we're all alone in this world and that's the end of everything. But then we always have a mother.
Yes, Father. And thank you. Thank you for trusting us with your stories. I know we're laughing, diba, throughout, but there's also that sensitive and, you know, opening your heart out to us. So, thank you. And I'm pretty sure FRC fam out here na-enjoy ang ating session with Father Herbie na very, open, diba? So, we thank you again, Father, for, you know, gracing us with your presence. We miss you, Rap. Father would like to meet you soon.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
Yeah, so again, thank you so much, Father, and hope this will not be the last. I will see more of you.
Okay.
Yes. And
Thank you also for being such a great host.
thank you so much, Father. Before we end this episode, maybe have a few, promotions or mga last words to our FRC
Well,
family.
if you are also, there you go. Hello, everyone. Yeah, so I'm also on TV Maria. So we have a show called Salita ng Diyos, Salita ng Buhay. So I'm one of the priests who regularly share homilies about the gospel readings for the day. So if you're in Facebook or in YouTube, you can check us out as well. And final message. So of course, we would like to thank the Family Rosary Crusade for this, kasi like they have all of these programs and shows that are very interesting and they can help us in the faith. But always remember to pray the Rosary, especially with your family, because the Rosary is very powerful. It can bring your family together and it can get you through the difficult times of your life. So we hope that this episode has helped you in a particular way. So
enough said, FRC fam. I think, Father Herbie here has already graced us with his presence, his stories, and the wise words. So thank you again for watching this special episode with us. And dahil special ang month natin, we have another episode coming. And I leave you with the wise words of Venerable Patrick Peyton that the family that prays together stays together. And a world at prayer is a world at peace. Thank you again. See you.
See you.
Thank you so much, Father Sarah.